we do have the Steel Secretary of India talking to us. The government's just allowed the Steel Authority of India to sell up to 25% of its total mineral production to other players. This means that SAIL can use its captive mines to meet iron ore demand. Joining us to talk about that is Binoy Kumar, that is the Steel Secretary. Also joining us in this conversation is Nikki Mirchandani to stir us through and will take us through the updates. Nikki, it's over to you.
Thanks, Agam. Hello, sir. This is Nikki here, and I'd like to start off by asking you about the rationale behind this move. Suddenly, 70 MT has been allowed. SAIL can sell that, and would that also mean that now Tata Steel and JSPL can also sell out their inventory?
Well, the relaxation is for SAIL, and the reason for doing that is that they have got a huge stock of, first of all, low-grade iron ore in their captive mines. And considering that in March 2020, there would be some disruption expected. So in order to take care of that, if we are in a position to make use of this low-grade iron ore, and with the beneficial pelletization, if we are able to make use of it, it will make a lot of sense. For first, the availability of iron ore for our industry in general. Secondly, SAIL would also gain by getting this kind of utilization of their iron ore, which is lying otherwise in their mine heads.
Sure.
So this is basically one thing. The second one is, of course, government has issued an order saying that 25% production of iron ore, whatever that SAIL produces in their captive mines, will be SAIL would be able to sell that commercially in the open market. So that will also release a lot of iron ore in the market. So we expect that with these two measures, there would be a fair amount of iron ore availability post March 2020.
So when you say you expect some amount of disruption to come in for the March 2020 auction, would that imply that we're looking at a deferred date of auction? Or, because we've also seen Doni Malai issue, which is still an overhang. We're still looking...
Auction will take place. And auction will be expedited, and it's already there. Karnataka is already doing, you mentioned about Doni Malai, Karnataka is already doing auctions, so there is no, Odisha is going to also do the same thing shortly. So auctions are going to happen, and we are very well geared to meet whatever those, about some 30 and odd mines which may be put for auction. We are totally geared for meeting the demands of our steel industry. So there is absolutely even not a bit of an issue insofar as meeting the demands is concerned.
All right. Since the approval has already come in for SAIL, can we expect similar lines the similar case to be for Tata Steel and JSPL, because they have significant amount of inventory lying up. For JSPL, for the SADA, they've already paid a royalty for that iron ore, for that matter. At any point of time, would the government consider at least giving, allowing them to sell iron ore mines?
I would not be able to say anything on the private captive iron ore mines about how their utilization will take place. This is the relaxation which has been given to SAIL. At this juncture, I can only mention that SAIL has been given this relaxation after due consideration of the rules and other, supporting documents that are needed for issue of such order. So at this juncture, it is SAIL.
Mr. Binoy, just a question. This is Navneet. What's the timeline for this auction? Who does this for you? And also, what sort of pricing are you looking at from the SAIL?
The auction is done by the state governments. The state government's mining department, they do the auction. Like Karnataka, the auctions are done by the Karnataka state government. Similarly, in Odisha, it will be Odisha state government which will do it. So that is the thing. Of course, the auction, it will be the parameters which will be set by the state government, and in whatever transparent manner, online manner in which they can do that. I think this is what we expect that it will be done. And that is it. I mean, there will be no deviation in the method of conduct of the auction.
And the timeline for the same would be?
Definitely, it has to be done before the March 2020, much before that. So we expect that it should happen this year.
Okay. And what sort of pricing are you looking at from selling these minerals?
No, we will not be able to comment on that because our auction is a totally open kind of a thing. It will be absolutely difficult for us to say anything in this regard about the pricing. The methodology and whether it will depend on the state government in what manner they are able to put forth the auction thing. But what has happened in Karnataka may not happen in Odisha. Odisha might be giving a totally different picture. So it is better that we wait and see how people respond to the auctions.
Sure. In that case, the last question that I have for you would be about the category of grade that SAIL will be selling in. And is there a specific limit that SAIL would have to follow in terms of selling? Because this is the accumulated amount. I believe the 70 million ton will obviously not be sold all at one go. So is there a ceiling to that? Like in one financial year, they'd be allowed to liquidate an inventory of around 5 to 7 million ton. Anything on those lines?
You see, it will depend on the market condition. And there is no ceiling per se, because 70 million tons, as you yourself have said, this is the kind of inventory which they have at this juncture. Now, most of these iron ores would be below 58 grade Fe iron content. So, therefore, it may be ranging somewhere from 40, 45 to 58. So, there are different kind of, gradings done. So, all put together, this is 70 million ton, and depending on the market condition, depending on how well they are in a position to get it beneficiated and then pelletized, then even if somebody wants even the low grade, direct selling of low grade, but even this also will have to be done in a very transparent manner and in consultation with the state government. I'm sure there will be some kind of a transparent mechanism of sale of these low-grade iron ore mines. So far as the 25% of commercial mining is concerned, that will be up to 64 grade. They can, whatever they are producing, normally SAIL has got mines in Odisha, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. The sum total of whatever they produce, of that 25% they can sell in open market. Now, first their requirement will be to meet their own demand. And that itself will be hovering around, if they produce around 16, 17 million tons, so just multiply it, 1.5 times or 1.7 times. So that is the kind of thing which they will require for themselves. So this will entail that they have to produce more in order to get the benefit of, the 25%. And that is what the government's intention is, that SAIL should start producing more iron ore so that it can be a commercial thing for them to get more money, as well as we get in the market enough of iron ore of good quality. So this is the basic objective of the whole thing.